Leo Draeger here. Now, in the last module, we talked about the web server components in themselves, but now we get to talk about the web applications. And this is literally Pandora's box. There's so much to talk about. This is a jam-packed module because we get to tie everything from the old and the new in together, and then attack it and exploit it all. All right. So some of the attack vectors, you got to look at the basics here. You know, what is the architecture in the way that the web server is set up? So that if you know that, then that tells you exactly how to approach the attacks. Now, your traditional threats, or confidentiality, integrity, and availability, they still exist. But there's other principles involved that are very, very important as well. For example, authentication, authorization, and session handling as well. Also, we get to tie in a lot of the newer technologies because most of our web components, like mobile phones, our iPhones, and our Androids, they connect to web-based applications in themselves. So while it's as simple as HTML going back and forth between the client and the server, there's a lot more to it than just that. In the Web 1.0 world, it was very static. But now we go into the Web 2.0 world where we have lots of dynamic content, and there's realistically so much to talk about. Because you have search capabilities, you have social networking, you have mobile applications, you even have registration components and things like Ajax, which really just enhance the user experience. So whether it be just something as Wikipedia or email or instant messaging, all of this gets tied into the web application. Now, what works very, very well for us in terms of the penetration tester is most software developers are not security engineers, and most security engineers are not software developers. So only in the last 5 or so years has that world actually been coming together. But they've been very resistant to actually doing it together. Okay, so the whole life cycle in which applications get developed, we can basically take that apart and exploit that. Also, the hacker has a huge head start here, because how long is it going to take for company X to go ahead, find a vulnerability, go ahead and write out some code to fix it, take it through their patch management process, move that through the change control process, and ultimately get it to the point where they've fixed their problem? So the hacker has a huge head start. So between all of the technologies that we bundle together here and then all of the lifecycle components, there's lots of room for penetration testing. Now, in this particular module, there's so much information here, it could be its own 5 to 10 day course. As a matter of fact, most of the time while I'm teaching live, the most common critique is, man, I wish we had more time. So we're going to move very, very fast through this module, but nonetheless, you can take it apart one step at a time. So let's go ahead and get started.